This is a broad spectrum classification of what is called chemical substances. There are two main classes of chemical substances. If a chemical substance is made up of only one element, it is called simple substance, which means all the elements are simple substances. For example, gold is an element, iron is an element, a simple substance, zinc is a simple substance, iodine as an element is a simple substance, silver is a simple substance, lead is a simple substance, hydrogen, oxygen, etc. These are elements, therefore they are simple substances. But if a chemical substance is made up of more than one element that can be separated or that cannot be separated by a physical method, this substance is called complex. There are two types of complex substances with respect to separability. One is compound. This is a complex substance made up of two or more elements which are chemically bound together and cannot easily be separated physically except through a chemical reaction. For example, glucose is a compound made up of three elements, carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, chemically bound together. Sodium chloride, pebble salt, is a compound made up of sodium and chlorine bound together. Sand or silicon 4 oxide is another compound made up of silicon and oxygen. Alumina, made up of aluminium and oxygen, etc. These are compounds, they are chemically bound together and cannot easily be separated by physical method. But if a complex substance is made up of two or more elements or even two or more compounds that can easily be separated by physical method, that complex substance is called mixture. Or you can call it impure substance because it is made up of a compound or an element with another compound or another element or with many of them mixed together. For example, water-salt mixture. If you put salt inside water, you have just mixed two compounds and it becomes a mixture. It is impure. So either salt or water is impurity. Sand-water mixture is another mixture. Wine is a mixture of many things, compounds and elements. Air is a mixture. Blood is also a mixture, etc. Now, there is a class of chemical substance called pure substance, made up of only one kind of particle. This class of chemical substance is called pure substance, which means both elements and compounds are pure substances. For example, iron as an element is pure because there is no other particle in any iron bar. Aluminium like that. Pure sand is made up of just silicon and oxygen as an entity. Glucose, etc. And then there is another class of chemical substance made up of more than one kind of particle or entity. It is made up of two or more particles mixed together. Therefore, all mixtures are impure. For example, wine is impure because there are more than one kind of particles. Water, sand, mixture, air, tea, soup, etc. And finally, impure substances or mixtures are classified into two. If a mixture of different substances is evenly distributed that you cannot visually distinguish between the constituents, that mixture is called homogeneous. For example, water-sugar mixture. If you put sugar inside water, you will rarely notice that it is actually sugar and water. You may think it is only water. Then, if the mixture is not evenly distributed that you can easily visually distinguish between the constituents, then the mixture is called heterogeneous. For example, water-sand mixture. If you pour sand inside water, you can easily distinguish between water and sand.